Welcome to the Wedding Winers, the podcast where love and wine go hand in hand. Whether you're planning your dream wedding or just love a good wine, we're here to uncork the best stories, advice and inspiration.
Welcome to series 2 of the Wedding Winers. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back, girls. Hey.
No. Why did I say hey like that?
Anyway, that was Becca. Welcome back, Becca. I'm joined by Amber as well. Hi, Amber. Welcome back for series 2. Yeah, it's exciting. We're back for series 2, and once again, we are sponsored by the wonderful Old Bridge as well. So we've got what have we got today, Amber? What are we drinking?
So we have a Plus and Plus Brut Cava, lovely sparkling to kick us off, because why not?
Celebration.
Yeah. So it's a Spanish Cava. And should we just crack on? Try it?
Yeah. Cheers, everyone. Cheers. So, how are you all? Are we excited to be back for another series? We're going to do another series of 6 episodes together, aren't we, girls?
Yeah.
And how are we? What have we been up to? Anything you want to tell everyone?
I'm all good. We're back into wedding season now, so it's been lovely to get back out visiting venues again and doing lots of hair and makeup for brides. What have you been doing?
Bridal. I'm kind of coming out of the busy season, which I had a very crazy winter, and it's quieted down a little bit, but that does mean that now is buying season, which is
that's fun.
The fun bit, yeah, for sure. So this week I have been to see the new collection from one of my designers. So got some loads of new dresses, which is really exciting. So yeah, that's always a highlight. And obviously this week we are recording this, and we've got content as well. We're doing content day, aren't we? Look at us.
I know, I'm excited for that. We just get to make a load of fun TikToks for the whole day, which is right up my street.
Yeah, so we've got a new TikTok account as well now. We've got Instagram and TikTok. Amber, anything you want to?
I mean, I'm quite quiet this week, I'm not going to lie.
That's good.
That's good.
It's quite nice to have a break, not break, but get some admin done.
Regroup
yourself, collect yourself.
Catch up with social media.
Yeah, all those emails that I'm forever drowning in. And and then I'm baking some cupcakes for Michelle.
It's my little girl's birthday this weekend.
Yeah.
And thankfully I know someone that does cake. So gets me out of that job. So yeah, amazing. Right, so this season we are going through and talking about some of the pain points, or maybe some different topics that we feel couples would really benefit from kind of knowing a bit more about as well, which was the feedback we got from the last season. So that's really fun. So we are going to kick off today with the truth about wedding planning. So I need some music. Can you put music in it, Becca? Becca does that editing. Can you add some music there?
My level of editing is very basic. So I don't know. We'll try. We'll give it a go. We'll see how we get on.
Yeah. So the truth about wedding planning, the things that no one tells you about. Do you remember your wedding planning? Anything that come up?
I mean, I got married 10 years ago, so that was, I'm really diving into the archives now. But I actually really, really enjoyed wedding planning. I just got really excited, and I'm quite an organised person. So for me, I just loved doing it.
Is there anything that came up that you were surprised about or not prepared for? Or...
I think probably how many opinions there would be from other people. I feel like everybody's got an opinion on what they like and what you should do, who you should invite. I wasn't ready for that, but how many people would actually want to contribute and have a say in my own wedding?
The one thing I found, not even necessarily wedding planning as such, but as soon as you mention to anyone that you work in the wedding industry, it's always like, oh, as soon as you say wedding, the price bumps up. People always think you can add an extra few zeros for weddings, but don't actually realise that there's so much more than your supermarket flowers that you pick up that will last in the vase for a week. And the difference and things like that. I think people outside of the wedding industry don't necessarily.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're right. I do know a couple of people who were not expecting the cost. Maybe that's something that no one really tells you about, the cost. What have you read the report recently? What is it? The average cost. This is interesting. No one tells you this. The average cost of a UK wedding now, I think it was 22,000.
Yeah, something like that.
£23,000. It is wild, but also like that's actually a really interesting thing for people to know.
Mm.
Because like people, I don't know about you, but like when I go to wedding fairs and meet brides and things, they always say, "Well, I don't know how much a dress costs, or I don't know how much." So I guess if you're newly engaged, one of the first things you need to know is obviously know your budget, but you also realistically don't really know.
It's knowing your budget, but also knowing what you want to prioritise, because you could
Sure.
spend hundreds of thousands of pounds on a photographer, but
Sure.
equally you could spend under £1,000, and it's prioritising
100%.
where you want to place your budget as well.
Yeah, but no one. Yeah, I guess no one tells you kind of the overall cost. Maybe that's something that because I think now looking back at it, I think that was actually like a deposit for a house. How much we spent on our wedding.
I think it does grow arms and legs as well. Like
100%.
I started off trying to keep my wedding quite like small and contained, and there was just there's so many options, and I guess more so now because when I got married there wasn't really Instagram or Pinterest and things like that. But now you can just get whatever you want.
Yeah.
The options are endless, and therefore, your budget could just end up doubling so easily if you don't sort of maintain control over it.
But also, it's worth mentioning with that as well that not only is there so many options of things to do, but there's also so many options of people that do those things.
Yeah.
It's not like there's just one person in your local area that would bake a cake. It's not like there's just one bridal shop. There's so much more to it, and it's knowing.
It's overwhelming, isn't it?
It's not it's overwhelming, but also there's like thinking about the different price points everyone's at as well, and there's so much more to think about. It's not like you just pop to your local bakery and order a cake. It's what exactly do you want?
I think that's something that as well, like no one really tells you about completely. That like there's a lot, and your brain is going to be going at 600 miles an hour, especially nearer at the beginning. I think because you're like, oh God, what have I got to do? Then also towards the end, where you're like, what is there still left to do?
Yeah.
Like you're always thinking that like it's never ending, like thinking about it. So it can 100% get really overwhelming as you're planning. So if that is you, like it's really normal to feel that way. I mean, obviously things like spreadsheets, and there's loads of programs and stuff you can buy, isn't there? Apps and stuff like that to help you keep track of planning
And it also might be worth speaking with venues, because some venues have a platform that you can plan your wedding within as well. Some places offer like wedding websites.
Yeah, exactly.
Even speak to your wedding coordinators, because sometimes there's lists and things that they can give you to help you.
But yeah, it's quite normal to feel overwhelmed. That's something that I think is really important to point out that no one really tells you as well.
Yeah.
And trust me, it's easy to tell into Bridezilla.
I think that it's more overwhelming as well when you've got a lot of people kind of contributing their opinions when you're still trying to figure out your own. So yeah, I would just find out what you like, and then stick with that and trust your instincts, trust your gut. It's great to get advice from people, but essentially it's your day, isn't it?
What about other things? I'll tell you some smaller things that are not as things that no one told me. I wouldn't get any of my wedding cake. That's absolutely go.
I didn't get any of mine either.
No, that's something no one tells you. You get
that
none.
makes me really sad. But it depends how you communicate with your venue. If you say to them, please can you save us some cake?
Yeah.
Then if they don't save you some cake, then they haven't got a leg to stand on.
Didn't do that.
Mine got handed out to the kitchen staff.
Oh no.
Yeah, and so because I said the next day, I said, is there any cake left? Because obviously we didn't have any, and she was like, there was cake left, but you didn't say you wanted to keep it or anything, so we just handed it out to the staff. I was like, oh my God.
Why would you not want to keep it? You spent all that money on a cake.
I know, it's bizarre, isn't it?
So there's that. What else does no one tells you? That when you're getting ready, when you first start, or like 7 o'clock in the morning, it's really chill. About an hour and a half before the ceremony, it goes wild. Like it's just like a lot, right?
Do you know what? I don't agree. I think as long as you
budget,
stick to the schedule, as long as you stick to the schedule, and I think that's something really important to mention actually, is that if somebody provides you, whether that's your photographer, your hair and makeup artist, if somebody gives you a schedule, it's so important to stick to it, because like you say, things at the drop of a hat can just get wild. You think if you've got 4 bridesmaids, mum, yourself, all getting ready, and each person runs over by 10 minutes because I don't know, you're getting up halfway through your makeup to go and I don't know, find something, or yeah, if you can't sit your bum in the chair for the whole time that you're meant to, and we end up running over, that makes you just by doing that, you're an hour late.
I'll tell you what else actually no one told me. I was so excited that there was quite a lot of people in the room, like before I was getting ready at my bridal party, and there was like quite like a range of different, and other people like my dad, and they kind of just kept popping in and out, and actually that was really overwhelming. Like I was like, everyone just needs to chill out and give me 5 minutes, please.
Yeah,
That's a lot.
people. Do you know? I actually think it's quite rude for people to just walk into the bridal suite that are not actually invited to be there on the morning. If they just turn up and to just go, oh, I just wanted to say hello to the bride. Like, well, the bride hasn't asked you to be here, so why have you just took it upon yourself to go and like speak to them?
Yeah, like,
I don't know. I think that's a bit rude, to be honest.
She was back in the queue.
Yeah, because if you imagine all of your guests did that and just thought, oh, I'm going to go and see the bride. You know, I don't know, she might have
already been a dress and not one of the people.
Exactly, yeah.
Anything else? Your shoes will hurt. So
yeah, wear those shoes in. Fluffy socks and a hairdryer. Around the house.
Is that your?
Yeah.
Yours is always like, yours is bra straps, isn't it?
Oh yeah, don't the night before your wedding, take off your Fitbit or any watch. Take off your wristband. Don't put any bubbles around your wrists. Don't put a bra back on. Those kind of things, because they'll all just leave marks. Basically. Sleep naked, wake up naked, do your hair and makeup naked. I'm joking, don't do that. But like, don't put in, the watches need to be off early doors. If you don't think about the watch situation, you will have a tan mark. So you need to like.
Well, that's not even thinking about before the wedding, like the day before. You should think about that like
part of your planning.
Before.
Part of your planning. Take your watch off, like at a certain point.
Actually, my bride last weekend, she put her Fitbit, are they called Fitbits? Yeah, Apple Watch, around her ankle.
Stop.
Serious. No. And it was her something blue. Serious. Yeah.
You know, some people are obsessed with it, aren't they?
Yeah. Like if you're a fitness girl, like a whole day not tracking your steps, I'll be like, I'm walking around seeing everybody today. Like I've been walking up, down, been on my feet all day. I'm at least 10,000 today, but I've got no proof.
Yeah, if it's not recorded, it don't count.
Yeah, exactly. If it's not recorded, it don't count. So no, I get it, I do. But yeah, I was like, I saw it first of all, and I said to, I didn't say to her, but I sort of looked at it and I thought, is she on tag? Like, girl, you're going to have to be in by 7 tonight. And then she started talking about it. She said, no, it's my watch. It's my something blue. I'm tracking my steps. I just thought it was hilarious. Pippa, you're a legend.
That's so funny. That's so funny.
Yeah.
Any tips about how to stay calm and chill before the wedding?
I really do think it's to do with the people that you have around you.
Yeah. With the whole planning of them, I can use them at the morning. Yeah.
I think, if you're trying to stay calm on the morning, pick very wisely about who you have.
But it's not even the morning, it's the evening before as well. Like having that complete zen 24 hours before.
Yeah. I slept in the room by myself.
Cute.
Yeah, I was really happy about
that. That wouldn't work for me because I'd be too alone with my thoughts, and I think I'd like wind myself.
Sorry, fall off.
Yeah.
Someone left me alone, so I did it. I did a run up.
Now I'm in Hawaii. No, I have had brides that have not invited their mums to be in the bridal suite on the wedding of their morning, though, because they do fill them with anxiety, and some mums can be a little bit overbearing. Nobody get offended. This is not directed at anybody.
Last season was saxophonist. This season's mums.
Like last season. Some mums or dads or sisters can be too much to be around, if you want a calm atmosphere. So if there's that one person that triggers you, please feel free to just say, no, I think it's better if you come to the evening ceremony.
Put them a separate hotel room.
And actually kids as well.
Yeah,
like when you're trying to chill in the morning and it's like your flower girl and page boy or whatever, like designate that job, mate. Like
maybe to an adult that you don't want to spend time with either.
It's too much. Like someone else needs to get them in another room, someone you trust, but in another room. That can be a lot as well.
Oh yeah, 100%. Like that Married at First Sight. Have you seen it where her sister's really, really mean to her the whole morning? Have you seen that? Married at First Sight in Australia, and her sister, I can't remember her name, but her sister was so cruel to her all morning, and just saying like really nasty stuff. And I just thought you could see sort of the happiness just draining from the bride's face. And so it's just, I would be careful about who you have around you and who makes you feel good, basically.
And also make sure you've got someone that feeds you.
Oh yeah.
Because you need to eat.
Yeah, make sure
Yeah.
you eat.
Yeah.
And well, I think you need somebody there that's not going to let you have an empty prosecco glass also.
That's usually just you, Becca.
Yeah, oh yeah. If you're around me, you'll never have an empty glass ever, for sure.
My tip is more to do with the planning side as well. Like, it's really easy, especially towards the day, to get really overwhelmed with your centerpieces and your place cards and your favours and worrying about all of that kind of stuff. That every spare moment you've got from work and whatever is always like just boxing or making or doing something to do with the wedding. But actually, the tip is like to make sure you get a date night booked in, like the week before the wedding, or and with your partner, and no wedding talk. Like, there cannot be a single talk about the wedding.
Yeah.
But just sit there in silence.
Yeah.
We have nothing.
Probably
What are we up to
not.
next week? I don't know. I can't talk about it.
Yeah, that's my tip, like with the planning, because again, like it can get quite a lot, and it sometimes can end with one person doing the majority of the work. So yeah, it's quite nice to like reconnect like a week or so before the wedding, just to
remember why you're doing it.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
that's my tip.
That's nice.
Thanks. Look at me, all romantic.
Good job.
Thanks. So we actually asked our brides, didn't we?
Yeah.
Some of us did. Didn't we, Amber? She did not.
No,
sorry. Let me rephrase. Becca and I asked our brides.
I'm bringing the vibes today. That's all I've got.
To kind of, is there anything that they didn't expect with the wedding planning or on the day, and what they weren't prepared for? Yeah, Becca, have you got? Oh, we've got a voice note.
Yeah, we have got a voice note. Yeah. Are you ready?
Yeah.
So this was from your bride, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's right.
Hi, my name is Jess, and I got married in July 2023. One thing that I hadn't accounted for when planning my wedding was the weather. Our wedding day was so hot and I was boiling in my dress that I actually asked my sister if we could cut the bottom off to make it a short dress. The bridal shop I got it from did advise me to get a hoop for my dress, which would have made it cooler, but I thought I knew best. So listen to the professionals, they do know what they're talking about, and prepare for any weather.
Oh, I think especially in this country, you do have to prepare for all weathers, because even some of my brides that booked last year in the height of summer and paid a premium to have their wedding in the height of summer, still, it was such a rainy year, wasn't it? That they ended up having a rainy day anyway, which they weren't prepared for because they thought, we're booking a summer wedding.
Yeah.
But I think that can go with like what date you pick as well. Like, there's so many couples these days that aren't picking a summer wedding. Like, August for me is quite quiet because couples are opting to have maybe like May, June, and then September. October.
Yeah.
September's the busiest month because you're almost guaranteed to have sunshine, because you know that if the summer's awful, you kind of get that last little outburst
into
of
summer.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do. I think, you just have to prepare for all eventualities in this country, don't you?
Yeah, and also the thing about like trusting the professionals as well. Yeah, like, I mean, obviously I can talk from this particular, it was a dress. It was quite a heavy dress anyway. I would say to her that we needed, even just taking a hoop, like the petticoat that goes underneath the dress, would create like a bit of airflow to go underneath it. But she was having none of it. She was adamant she'd be fine. She was not fine.
She was sweating.
She was sweating because it had been like 40-degree heat, and they had marquee, and
that summer was so hot.
It was really hot. So trust your professionals. That's like loads of stuff though, right? Like, you will give tips about hair and makeup. You'll give tips about cakes, and
we say it for a reason.
100%. Yeah, you might like not always quite like what you're hearing, but actually there's a really good reason.
Yeah, why?
Like we said about a really hot summer, I think it was that summer that I had a wedding cake, and it was 37 degrees, and it was a marquee wedding, and I set the cake up. Within 20 minutes, not even that, they had to cut it. They took the photos, and then they took it off to the kitchen to be put in the fridge because it could not sit out all day.
No.
And it makes me sad because it's like, you spent quite a bit of money on this cake that you only have them pictures of and can eat.
But that's probably something at the end that no one told that bride, but that those things can happen, like, it's just preparing, isn't it, as well? Like, things don't always go to plan in your wedding. That's what no one tells you. You might not always go to plan.
Yeah.
But it's always fine, right?
Yeah.
It's always fine.
Yeah. there was a few things actually on my wedding that didn't go as we planned them. But when you're in the thick of it and you don't really, unless it's something major, but you just don't notice like all the things that you think you're going to be worried about. You're really not.
No.
I always say to my couples, as long as you're both there, the registrar turns up and you get your food. That's all that matters.
As long as you get your
As
food.
long as you're married at the end of the day and you've got a full belly, that's all you need.
What is that saying, isn't there? About like if at the end of the day you're married, then the day was a success.
Yeah.
Because that is the point of the day, right? Like
Yeah.
just to get married. The rest of it is extra.
Yeah.
But yeah. Have you got something from your bride, didn't you?
Yes. So Pippa was married last weekend.
Congratulations, Pippa.
Yeah, she was my lady with the Fitbit round her ankle. I keep saying Fitbit. I'm such a millennial. Like, it's not. I don't think people have used Fitbits for years, have they? It's an Apple Watch. Yeah.
Hashtag not sponsored.
Yeah.
I mean, I wish.
Or if Fitbit want to sponsor us.
Yeah, absolutely. So she sent me a few things actually. You know, hindsight's a wonderful thing, isn't it? So she's fresh out of it because she's only been married a week. And she sent me a few things actually that she sort of learned through hindsight. And she said she had to cut people out at certain points. For example, first cousins. We did want some others with us, but couldn't because my large numbers in my family and the risk of upsetting others. So yeah, I think again it goes back to people's opinions, like even to the point where you know relatives are saying, "Oh, well, you have to invite your cousin, or you have to invite so and so, and if you invite that person, you have to invite their wife."
It's one of the biggest conversations I think couples have about who is coming to the wedding.
Yeah,
because it's like some couples, the groom could have 12 members in their immediate family, and then the bride could have her and her parents. Like it'd be really small, and then it's the uneven divide, and then it's, as you say, inviting first cousins.
Yeah, that's something no one tells you, is the number of people at your wedding actually dictates everything. Because it dictates what venue you're getting married at. Because you have to be able to fit everybody in. It dictates the amount of money you spend on food, how big the cake is.
Yeah.
Like it dictates so much.
How many napkins you're hiring, how many postcards you're buying.
Yeah, the less people you can invite, the more lavish ceremony. Less is more.
Except when it comes to cake. You still buy a big cake.
Another one that Pippa said, which actually I've never actually thought of myself before, notify your county council where you live for your notice of marriage, not the address where you will get married. We accidentally went to Bishop Stortford instead of Cambridge, where we live, and had to do this again in Cambridge. So make sure you give yourself enough time, but also check where you fall under.
That's interesting.
I didn't actually realise that because I think we got married in the same county, so it wouldn't have mattered. But actually, if you're travelling to your wedding venue, I wouldn't have known that.
So you have to, this is one thing I do know a little bit about. If you're getting married in, say, Cambridgeshire, but live in, say, Bedfordshire, you have to apply for your wedding, like book your wedding through Cambridgeshire. But when it comes to giving notice, you then give notice in your home county.
Yeah.
And then obviously everything else is done back here. I will say though, Cambridgeshire ceremonies are brilliant. The registrars around here are amazing, and they are always at the end of the phone or the email if you've got questions. Like they're always open to questions. They're not scary as much as it's a legal process.
You don't have to do that, do you? If you're getting married in a church, though, or having a religious ceremony.
Yes, so a church religious ceremony, the church deal with
read your banns in the church, don't they?
Yes.
So yeah, that's only if you're having a registrar.
But if you're wanting a legal ceremony, approved venue or council room, or they are often they offer a bespoke service now, so you can get married pretty much anywhere, which is quite cool.
Yeah. So another thing Pip mentioned was don't book your honeymoon straight away unless you've saved up for this and have it in your budget. You don't want to go into married life worrying about money.
That's a really good.
I actually, I was thinking we could do another podcast about honeymoons.
Yeah. I
So
think we need to cover
maybe
it a bit more
I
detail.
will save that one because I think we've got different opinions. We won't talk about it now, but when to go on honeymoon.
Okay.
It's quite a cool one thing to talk about.
When?
So
Where?
watch this space.
Who we're taking?
We'll do another. We'll do another one about that, I think. But yeah, it's a good point, Pippa.
Should we do one more?
Yeah, come on then.
Okay. I think. So Pippa said, I think having some games or bits for people to be entertained with during photos is lovely, and we got really good feedback about this.
Nice.
I also heard on somebody else's podcast not so long ago I think it was a podcast, it might have been a TikTok, but somebody suggested having their wedding cake cut up and handed out.
Oh, nice. Instead of like canapes
During,
and stuff.
yeah, instead of
Nice.
canapes. And I was like, that is genius. Why have we never done that before?
Yeah, I've seen it before where couples do the cake cutting straight after the ceremony.
Yeah.
So
Nice.
instead of doing confetti, you do cake cutting then.
Yeah.
And then, have tea and cake in the afternoon.
Genius. I
So
think
that's
that's such a good idea.
But that is something no one told you about how long that break is to have photos. Like that's
Well, it depends how long you want it to be. You don't.
Oh,
have
I
to
went
have
it
a
short.
nice
It was
one.
still long.
Yeah, it's just as Pippa said, I think you need something there, whether that's music or games or, you know, because that arrival drink is only going to take them so long to drink, and then you run the risk of your guests getting very, very drunk if they're sat just drinking for
and you
a
know
while.
what? It doesn't have to be either like the garden style games, because there's loads of things I haven't had. Have you seen those like giant crosswords? That like ask you a question about the couple.
Even like a quiz. There's been a few weddings I've seen recently that have done like a quiz during that time, or like a bingo
or
game.
a scavenger hunt. Like you get a picture of someone wearing a red dress or someone wearing like something like that as well.
And there's even like other things you can get, like caricaturists and like
like
external things.
Yeah.
Or as you say, you can keep simple with like garden games that guests can occupy themselves.
There's lots of choices on that, isn't there?
Yeah, but I think it's good to have something, isn't
Yeah.
it? Just to fill that space for a little while. Otherwise, it's quite a bit of waiting round.
And again,
isn't
it's
it?
that budget, isn't it? Because the garden games can be quite pricey, but you can do like the scavenger hunt style things, like by yourself. Like you can do those and stuff. But yeah, you're right. No one tells you that.
Yeah.
Good one, Pepper. Another good one.
She
Do you want to just take one of my spot?
yeah, on the podcast. Right, so that's all of those.
So let us know, how do you, is there anything that no one told you about while you were wedding planning? Have you got anything you want to do, tips and stuff, any tips for people? Let us know on Instagram, _weddingwiners. Don't forget to give us a follow. And we hope you like our first episode of the new series. And we look forward to seeing you next week. Bye.
Cheers.